DJ General Mills.
This whole weekend was just crazy busy, so I wasn't able to touch on this like how I wanted to. But first of all, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. It's been a crazy. It's been a crazy time, right? Because I'm just, to hear that Chadwick Boseman passed away was probably one of the craziest things that I've heard. If you don't know, he was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer apparently 4 years ago. And he didn't say a word. He didn't say anything to anybody. And that's a little crazy to me. For him to go through 4 years of having this disease and not saying anything, he didn't say a word to anybody. Even his closest peers had no idea that he was suffering through this. So, first of all, just rest in peace to him. 43 years old. The older that I get, the more I start to realize that these ages are a lot younger than what I thought. When I was 15 and 16, I thought 43 was like old, bro. I thought that was like crazy old. And then when I got to like 25, I'm like, oh, that's not too far. Like, I'm already 25 years, and in 20 years, less than 20 years from now, I'll be 40. That's crazy. So to see that, to see how people, are going through that, they're suffering, from, diseases at early ages. It's just a little crazy to me to see that. So, first of all, rest in peace to him. Condolences to his family. Condolences to his wife, his children. The thankful thing that I saw was that he was surrounded by family. So, thankful for that. And so, with that, I don't want to be the guy to be like, oh, go get checked and all of that. But hey, play it smart, man. Here's a guy who was in front of us, our very own eyes, for months, and nobody said a word. Nobody said anything for years. He was doing movies, giving us, blockbuster movies. I mean, Black Panther did $1 billion, so he's a $1 billion movie star, and we just lost one. You don't hear about that. You don't hear about $1 billion movie stars just perishing at the I wouldn't even say the peak of his career. He was just warming up, and he's played so many integral characters. He played Thurgood Marshall. He played Jackie Robinson. He played James Brown. That was the first time I even heard of him playing James Brown. So playing all these different artists. That's a wide spectrum, right? Baseball player, a musician, a Supreme Court judge. He plays all these wide ranges of people who were real life people, and he turns around and he becomes a superhero comic, and he plays a superhero. First time I saw him was in James Brown, my apologies. First time I saw him was in James Brown. Then I saw him in 42. I didn't get to see Marshall, but I'm definitely gonna check it out now. But then